declare independence? What country did we declare independence from to celebrate the 4th of July?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh.
What is the purpose of 4th of July celebration? Independence
Day?
from a country. Step in here and time. Which country was that? Then the other founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence. What year was that?
1870 something, but I don't remember the specific year.
What's the purpose of 4th of July weekend?
I know, celebrate our independence.
A little more specifically, please.
I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's all I know.
I'm revoking your celebration. You're no longer allowed to celebrate. Celebration canceled. Name 2 of the founding fathers of the United States.
Oh man, you had to start there, huh?
Washington. Hey, I'd asked him, not you. Okay, name one more.
George and Lincoln.
Oh. Hey, pipe down over there.
It was supposed to. You're not putting this one on the.
We're going to have to deport you. Yeah. You don't deserve to be an American.
Yeah.
Get out of our country. What year did the Declaration of Independence get signed? Just you. You first.
Oh.
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry. I don't remember, honestly.
1875.
What year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
God. Come on, man.
Hold on, you don't give
off
it away.
Top of my head, I don't know.
Yep, top. It's buried deep in there somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Off the top of my head,
fourth
I don't
grade.
know,
Hold on, we're still not done with you. We're celebrating independence. What does that mean exactly? Independence from who?
4th of July, what year? Come on.
Hold on, I'll give it away.
Come on, man. You put him on the spot. You put him on the spot.
He needs a safe space. 4th of July weekend, we celebrate the Civil War victory, the North over the South, freeing of the slaves. What are you going to be doing to commemorate that?
It's a good question. Probably just out with family, friends, enjoying ourselves. We're out in San Diego. We got to enjoy the sun, the surf, the weather, good people.
What year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
That, my friend, has been a long time for me.
4th of July weekend, we sort of celebrate John Wilkes Booth, Jesse Ventura, the other founding fathers. Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite founding father?
My favorite founding father is.
Who you got to pick out of?
Oh no, who are my choices? Any of them?
This isn't multiple choice.
Oh, okay. Founding father, Jesse Ventura.
That's my favorite. That can't be your favorite. You got to pick another one.
Can't be mine. I don't even have one.
No, don't even have one. Well, if you had one, what would it be?
Who would you say?
I'd say.
Nope. We'll get to you next. Okay, we better get to you next.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah. Favorite founding father?
Hey, I don't know what my options is. I'd say Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. 4th of July weekend, we are celebrating our independence from China.
Okay.
Just checking to see what people are doing to celebrate that victory over the Chinese.
Well, I mean, the families always get together, and they just come to the beach and just, have a good time. They just barbecue.
Smoke some weed.
Yeah, you know how that goes. But I mean, it's just a family
Forget
day,
about our history and just have some good times, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just having a good time. I think most people forgot what it's really about. But I
Thanks for
mean,
demonstrating.
it brings everybody together
it
though,
does.
which is a
That's
good
all that
thing.
matters, though.
Yeah, that's really all that it's about,
When we won World War II, celebrating the victory over the axis of evil on 4th of July, just checking to see what you're going to be doing to celebrate the victory over the Nazis this weekend.
I'm gonna go party, sir.
Party
Probably, yes.
and lose more brain cells,
Maybe,
possibly,
but
definitely.
definitely.
Definitely. So, thanks for demonstrating that. We are celebrating a certain.
Independence Day.
Tell us what that is exactly.
So the United States got independence from, I guess, England, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 1776.
Hey. Tell me anything
Is
else.
this gonna get edited out because I didn't answer a dumb answer? or
No, we
whatever?
like to. We're
Okay.
trying to. We've
Oh,
been
yeah.
trying to find someone like you.
Okay, so what about it?
One of the founding fathers.
Benjamin Franklin.
All right.
Thomas Jefferson. Alexander
Hey.
Hamilton.
All right.
John Hancock.
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for thinking.
Yes,
That
sir.
was great.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, ensure domestic tranquility to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Happy 4th of July, y'all. Have a great one.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to youtube.com.
Hello everyone. What's up, Abby? You're muted. Sorry.
Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, all right, I guess. No reason to complain today, personally, I think. Anyway, how are you?
Tired. I'm
Yeah.
tired. And honestly, we didn't think anybody would show up today because it's Independence Day. So shout out to yourselves for being here. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being here. Welcome. Like, share, subscribe, I guess. Tired of doing that, but I feel like maybe it's just the right moment to say so. But anyway, so what are we doing today, Abby? Our title of our show doesn't really give away much.
We are, what I'm trying to do is figure out what's going on with my, I think I have to move everything and share it in Microsoft Edge. I did it in Google Chrome, and so I'm having a problem sharing my screen. So that sucks. So what I'm going to do is stall until I can set up my set my stuff up properly. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, no, I think we were just kind of looking more to share, more just, I don't know about fun stuff. I'm not really good at finding fun stuff, but like not so much looking to get into all the heavy, crazy stuff. Although I did do a little exercise today of trying to write down all the crazy things that I could think of that have been happening over the past month or two. And it's quite an interesting list I've got going on here. Whatever. I don't know if I can see this. No, not very well.
Not very well. Well, I just wanted to keep it light, and I found this comedian who kind of covered the debate, and it was hilarious to me. So I wanted to kind of go through some of the highlights of his what do they call it, a skit bit,
Yeah.
his bit.
Yeah.
And so we could kind of laugh together.
Yeah. So we might be getting a bunch of copyright strikes today on this episode, but that's kind of whatever. We'll throw one to the dogs, I guess.
Yes. And that's the reason why we kind of chose the title for today, because after watching that debate, aliens have to be amongst us. It's
The
just
lizard
not-
people.
Because the alternative is just way too scary. So let me
Hello,
open a new
Jack.
window.
what's up? Eric Rousseau, Steve. Yeah, good to see you. Eric had a question we can get to. What's it? You want to?
I saw that question.
Sorry to step on that comment you called up, though. I don't know if you want to. Yeah. What happened to CJ? Yeah. Good question. I haven't really seen or heard from him since the fiasco back in the day. Whatever. Yeah. So I don't know if Abby's seen any of him on the social media more. I stopped following him and stuff. So
No, I have not.
it's a little weird.
And he never responded to me when I was trying to check on him. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he has something up his sleeve for later, and he's trying to prepare for it and come back with a bang. I don't know.
Well, I'm wondering if he's working with anyone at all right now, or if he's just stopped being online for a bit, or what. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's taking a sabbatical.
Yeah.
Yeah, like care kind. I mean, okay, yeah, curious, not curious. I'll say it like that. All right, so let me play. You want me to start first, or you wanna go through like what Independence Day means while I set up my Microsoft Edge? It shouldn't take me that long. I'm working on it now.
You want me to go through what it means? I didn't really prepare or something for that or whatever. It's I'm more the Canadian, so I haven't really have a huge background. I have another video as far as like how Americans get the fireworks idea for the celebration. More like a historical. Did you know where we get the fireworks idea from? It's not so much fun, but yeah.
No. No, I just happened to look over and I'm like, what are you doing, Tosmith, calling people old men? But that's his
Hello, old man
name.
Barker.
Hi, old man Barker.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to. You had mentioned about talking about the Brianna Joy Gray had a interview with Kim Iverson about breaking the duopoly by voting for RFK Jr. So I called that up in case you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I have it, but I don't know if we're gonna have time. So,
Yeah, sure.
but I have it just in case. But go ahead and do the fireworks, and then we'll have some comedy.
Right. Well, I just had a real quick little video that I thought would be funny, worth sharing, just because it's a little bit ironic. And so, can you see that there?
It's kind of ironic. We celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks, but do you know where the majority of the fireworks are made? 97% of fireworks are actually made in China.
That's it. You guys see that?
Our arch enemies.
Yeah. It's kind of the funny thing. It's all those fireworks are made in China, and then there's a lot of military equipment. I forget the percentage or components for military purposes, or things like uniforms for the army. They're all kind of still made in China. So the same thing with medicine. And so it's celebrate your independence, but there's a little bit of a problem with a lack of economic independence. People seem to grumble a lot about China. Why do you think that might be? Is it due to the lack of freedom, and who you think is taking that freedom from you? So.
It ain't China.
Nope.
That's for sure. All right, I'm so close to being done. So everybody at home, bear with me.
But the thing about getting 97% of fireworks from China, well, we kind of already got the idea of fireworks to begin with from China. That's where they were invented. And so it kind of fits a little bit nicely. that we still kind of let them have the ownership over fireworks like that. It is kind of their thing anyway. I actually was trying to call up a video of some amazing Chinese fireworks. We could play that if you want for a few moments. We're trying to kill some time.
Yeah, you could bring it up. We could play it later, but I am done.
Oh, you ready? Good.
Yep. Done. So here we go.
There's something they can compete with to see who can do better fireworks, the West or the East. That'd be fun to look at.
I bet we already know the answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric says now they have drone shows. They got those like kind of everywhere now. Those are pretty impressive. They can do some interesting things with making like a 3D kind of dragon in the sky or anything really that they can imagine and choreograph.
Okay, move that over there. All right. Now I can share. And we could get some comedy going. So, share my screen. Voila. Anybody know this guy, Josh? His name is Josh Johnson. I think he was like a writer. I can't remember. You had read a little bit of his bio, but I know he's on the Daily Show sometimes.
I just had seen him on another podcast. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Punch Up podcast. I kind of forget who the co-hosts are at the moment, but feel free to check them out. I was watching them a couple weeks ago. They were trying to play a clip or two from this guy, and the stream got suspended while I was watching it. So hopefully doesn't quite happen to us here, but we're just kind of needing to see some more entertainment stuff. Like, not politics isn't the only stuff that's noteworthy. There's also entertainment that's noteworthy. So let's see what.
Although it's about politics.
Right.
What is going on in this chat? Candace said Macron's wife was a man. Well, they say Obama's wife is a man. So that's not unheard of.
That's Obama's story. And then I think there's a similar thing like that with Trudeau, or like a member of Trudeau's family. There's a little bit of a confusion as to one of the spouses of one of his, I'm not sure. Not remembering the details, so I shouldn't really speak on it. But
okay, well, I have my my notes on where to stop, so we won't play the entire thing. So hopefully that won't make us have a strike. But if it does, who cares? Yep. We're here to have some fun today. So let's start.
Because whether you watched it or you didn't watch it, okay, I watched the whole thing. I watched it top to bottom, and okay. Everything happened that we, figured might happen. But this is the thing that I guess I can't get over. It happened so quickly. We were worried that like maybe an hour in, Biden might have like a senior moment or something. But he said, "No, I'm gonna start slow and I'm gonna ratchet up." Because early, maybe second question, maybe first question, I can't remember. But he said something. And he was kind of trying to get through it. And when he was trying to get through it, he started looking down while he was trying to get through it. And then he stopped talking.
Okay, I'm going to keep, you guys know I'm going to keep pausing.
Fair use.
To prevent
We have the right to fairly use whatever, blah, 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 the spiel. I don't know what to say. If we are criticizing or making commentary on videos in the public domain, then we have a right to do so, I thought. Anyway.
We'll see. We'll soon find out.
So I was appreciating how this is the kind of comedy you don't really, it's not even about what he's saying so much as how he's saying it, you know, like we all kind of know what's funny, and so it goes without saying kind of thing.
Eric is coming with some breaking news, but is that, I think it's a joke. Is it a joke?
Yeah, I hope that's that'd be some crazy ass breaking news.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Biden was saying,
oh, elderly man as in being
something.
Biden being the elderly man. I get it now.
Oh, okay.
Slow to catch on, but I got it.
All right, so let's keep going and see what he said after he stopped talking.
I don't know if there's been a deeper silence in my life than when that man stopped talking. It was still his turn. He had stopped saying anything. And while he was not talking, I was talking. Like while he had been like, right? Like once he got here, when he was looking down, I was like, fall. Just fall.
Please do something. Just fall. Play it off.
Would that have been
clear
worse?
this whole thing out if you fall.
Oops.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, would that have been better or worse? You think that would have saved his image a little bit more if they had just swooned and collapsed? And
Well, I mean, he's been falling throughout his presidency, so it's not like, what's one more fall?
Yeah, I think he finally got to that moment where he was truly damned if he did and damned if he didn't. It made no difference. He was just fucked. So.
Just fall. You'll clear this whole thing out if you fall right now. This man has had the nerve to fall every day, except that day there. I'm yelling at the screen, fall! If that man had fallen, we'd be having a different conversation right now, right? If he had fallen, they would have scooped him up on a stretcher. Would have been like, look, the president had a great answer ready, but you know, gravity is a republic.
It's like,
Oh my gosh.
if only Biden had fallen that night, history would have changed forever. You know, World War III would have not broken out had Biden only
Just taking that fall.
fallen.
Or as Jacqueline said, take a dive.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team.
Biden can't do that.
Okay, I started. I didn't start this at the beginning because, you have to take a couple of minutes to set up a joke, and then you hit them with the jokes after. Well, it was like 6-7 minutes in, and I thought that would be too much for the copyright thing, so I just started after he set that up. But I didn't think it was necessary. But I'm going forward a little bit. Yes, Tosh Mitt says he had one job to stand up straight. Well, he did that. Oh, he couldn't keep his head held up high though.
Or I'd argue that the problem was that they over prepared him, and they just, they should have just, I don't even know what the alternative idea is to not prepare him and tell him to think of something sassy to say like he always does. Like, I don't
Something sassy.
I don't know.
You mean the gaffes that he does?
Yeah, like how do you prepare him for something when you can't prepare him for like a press conference, let alone a debate? So
Mm-hmm. Eric says it was the get off my lawn presidential debates.
Well, it's what Kit was been saying for a while is two old men arguing over a cold bowl of soup. That was quite literally what we watched. Like,
Over their golf swing.
yeah.
But the soup was their golf swing.
Yeah.
And I think they had tried to overly prepare him so he wouldn't go off script, and he couldn't remember the script.
Fun.
So
Eric Husso says, "Pump Biden full of good meth." Tweaker Joe 2024. I don't know if you saw Kyle Kalinski's reaction to the debate. He was like yelling, like, "Take the whole pharmacy, bro! What the hell, man? Like, how dare you walk up on that stage without loading up on everything you can think of?"
I'm sure they did, but they just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because they've been loading him up for so long. They probably need to up his dosage, and if they up it too high, it might stop his heart.
It might be a little quiet. I told you so. For a little, in case anyone hasn't noticed what's wrong with allopathic medicine, you can't necessarily just take an upper or a downer to fix your problems, whatever, right? So, but that's just not a funny conversation. So let's keep away from that one. So.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, Mastermind.
Welcome. No worries. No need to apologize. You're never late because there's only now.
Oh, it was insane. I felt like I was going crazy because this is the thing that's infuriating, right? And I'll probably come back to it in a second. But the thing that I cannot get out of my head is that we all knew, and everything that happened is what we said would happen. And now pundits are talking to us on TV, on like legacy media, talking about what happened the way that we talk about what was going to happen before it happened. And they want to convince us that they're worth watching. You ever tell somebody a story and then time passes, and then one day they try to tell you your story like you didn't tell them the story, and you look at them like either you crazy or you think I'm crazy because I told you that. You're not bringing me any new information. That's what it feels like. It's like after the debate, I watched the after debate, and they were like, he is older. These are the same people, by the way, who have been like, no, we have to chase him around the White House. We can barely keep up with them. And I knew they were lying then.
It was so refreshing to have a comedian talking about the very thing we've been talking about all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hello, Sebastian. Well, I think Morning Joe, MSNBC, he's like the epitome of what he's talking about right here, where he's
I have something
in the after clips. Yeah, that guy just made a complete ass of himself, like shoved his head up his ass and his head's coming back up out of his mouth, kind of thing. Like,
so
beautiful.
Let's see if I can.
That's a poetic justice. What happened with. But you got to be watching consecutively with critical thinking to even catch that. How many people watching Morning Joe every fucking morning with their airheads have not even caught on to the fact that he spoke out of both sides of his mouth right there. So
Let me see if I could share that, and we can come back to this. Oh, I have to stop it. I'll do it after all this is over. That way I don't waste time. So here we go. Oh, let me read this quote. Jacqueline says the excuses have been coming thick and fast. First it was he had a bad day. Then it was he had a cold and a bad day. Then it was he had jet lag, a cold, and a bad day.
And that's what made it perfect too. Like, it couldn't have been any better. Like, they could have just left it alone and like, yeah, that was terrible. I know. I have no excuse. I'm not going to try and carry water for him. That's what they should have done. Instead, they made it even worse by trying to tell one lie after another lie and then spin and damage control. you don't know when to like leave well enough alone, right?
Eric, or I would say they were supposed to go on a vacation, and Mika was like, "I ain't going nowhere with your ass." That's what I hope happened. All right, so let's finish. Well, not finish, but
It's more.
yeah, it's more.
Because that's the thing. It's like he did so poorly. It fully distracts from the fact that Trump didn't do well either. But you know how? Okay. One time, I was with some friends, and
I'm gonna go past this. This is another joke, but he made a good point, because everything that was coming out of Trump's mouth, oh my God, it was so goddamn annoying. We've had the best economy we've ever had in the history of the world. Everything was like the best it's ever been in the history of not just the country, the world, the damn planet.
Like, not only is the emperor wearing clothes, he's wearing like 3 layers of clothes. He's not naked at all, man.
The comedian is Josh Johnson, Sebastian. Josh Johnson. He's pretty funny. But yeah, Trump lied so much. My jaw was like hitting the floor. And then also, he wasn't even answering the questions half the time. He just, oh, you want to hear about childcare? I'm going to talk about the border. And nobody stopped him.
Yeah. If Trump's good at one thing, is that he doesn't have to know what the hell he's saying at all, but he can say it with very extreme confidence. You know?
Basically, he said, fuck them kids. We're talking about the border. Oh, he did that so many times. But let me fast forward past this joke. Here we go. Yep, Eric, nothing but lies from both of them.
Tired of typing tons of notes during class?
Yeah, we're basically at this point just trying to see which liar do you prefer, because everyone kind of appreciates the liar on their side in some sense, right? So that's
when you're in a cult. When you're in a cult, you do.
Yeah.
But luckily, we're the same ones in the group, so.
like it's insane. Like we are not crazy. We're not crazy. They're crazy. You know what I mean? We're not crazy. They're crazy. We said it already. They're crazy. They just don't listen. They don't listen. How do you not listen when it's everybody saying it? You know?
And what do I always say here on Noteworthy and in Civil Discourse? We are not crazy. They are the crazy ones. And they're trying to convince us that we're crazy.
And it'll work too if you let it. You know, you can get into your head.
Only if you let it.
Yeah.
But thank goodness for independent media. So the sane ones in the room have somewhere to go.
Until I found all these independent media people, I was starting to kind of be like, am I really the only one who sees it this way? Really? And then finally I'm like, yes, other people who see it, who understand. I'm not alone.
Yes. So Eric, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just answering Eric's comment because we did want to talk about. I didn't watch RFK for his answers. I want to get around to it, but I don't consider him. He's deeply unserious, just like Biden and Trump. But Biden and Trump are the main contenders, so you kind of gotta watch them, I guess, maybe.
Right.
I don't know, but I do plan on watching it, and I want to watch Jasmine Sherman because she would answer the questions before. She would stop CNN, pause it, and answer the questions before they would give their answers. So I want to see what she had to say too. But all that to say, Eric, we did want to kind of review Kim Iverson talking to Brianna Joy. I don't think we're gonna have enough time today, but that's something I would really like to do with you, Michael.
Yeah.
I was very shocked at some of the stuff Kim Iverson was saying. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this Kim?
Yeah. That's where the chat's been wanting to talk about RFK. Then when we got time, maybe we could play some of that video, because that would be a good way for us to. I think Brianna Joy Gray did a good job of testing out the waters of what Kim Iverson really seems to be believing in relation to RFK, and then exposing how flawed that logic is to her face a little bit. Which is a little bit what people need, but it's kind of uncomfortable.
So Mastermind says RFK was avoiding answering, just like Joe and Don. Sebastian says, who paid Kim?
Right. So it's just their supporters too. It's like RFK is avoiding answering, but then when the people who are trying to advocate for them are being pressured for why they support them, they tend to avoid answers too when they're caught on a bad take. So
Yeah. Yes, Jacqueline. Of course, the mainstream media is going to accuse people like us of being tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists.
Until they need our talking points, like with this.
Like now. All right. So you ready to hit play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was one time in particular where Biden was struggling to say something.
Anything.
And even Trump, even Donald Jail Trump looked at Biden, and you could see it on his face. He was like, is this motherfucker all right?
I kind of feel like Trump may be taking it easy.
What?
It seemed like, am I the only one who thought that maybe it looked almost like Trump was even taking it easy on Biden? Because I thought he would have gone harder on him for some things. But.
Yeah, he looked like, I kind of remember this moment where he was looking over like, what the fuck did he just say? Is he? My gosh.
Never interrupt your enemy when they're making mistakes, right?
Right. I guess he took it easy on him because he didn't need to like cut him down to the white meat. He was doing it to himself.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna play a bit more.
Yep.
And you can tell because I've never seen this on Trump's face ever. Trump had an actual eyebrow arc of concern. I've never seen him have that ever. He's never looked as phased to me as when he was looking at Biden next to him going, is it? Like it wasn't an act. Trump was genuinely wincing, which concerns me because he was the closest to him, which means.
Oh my gosh. I keep pausing. You know why I keep pausing, but yeah. I'm gonna get back to the joke, but Jacqueline, I really think from what I watched, Kim is really supporting RFK. She thinks he's our only chance. So I don't think she was playing devil's advocate.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, eh? Well, I don't know if that even qualifies as a desperate measure. That's more like a psychotic measure. But
Yeah. She also says, I'm not sure that expression on Trump's face was actual concern. I mean, he did kind of look like he felt sorry for him.
well, is he feeling sorry for him, or is he looking at Biden and worrying? The face of America is showing us to be utterly weak, and just him being on stage like this is going to make all of us look bad. Like, damn right it is.
I mean, having him on stage makes us look bad too. So
exactly, him being as arrogant and narcissistic as he is, he can honestly not even think about that at all. Like, it doesn't cross his mind that he is just as embarrassing next to this embarrassment.
Okay.
He was looking at Biden next to him going, is it? Like, it wasn't an act. Trump was genuinely wincing, which concerns me because he was the closest to him, which means something worse was going on in person close to him than what we even saw. We think we up close because the camera's zooming in. No, Trump hears him fighting to breathe.
I think Mastermind might be on something there.
It felt so terrible. It felt like
yeah, okay. Mastermind says, I think Trump's face was him being sad about holding back some of the shots that he was going to take. I mean, I'm saying I think Trump was concerned like Trump's a good person or something, but it's probably more like, damn, I can't do what I really want to do.
Well, it's already elder abuse with him being up on stage, right? We've been saying that, but then maybe it crossed his mind that if this is elder abuse, what is it going to look like if I let loose on him, you know? Give him a heart attack and kill him on stage like the other joke from earlier, right?
Todd Smith was saying that, let's see, that he's trying to appeal to the white women voters who said he's too mean. I doubt it because they're in a cult. They have nowhere to go. They're going to vote for him anyway.
Yeah.
Jacqueline says, like I keep saying, having subtitles every time Biden speaks would be pointless because all they read is mumble, mumble, mumble. Biden. Oh, what? What's happening over there?
Biden is a mumble rapper. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure if you go trolling the internet, you could probably find some pretty interesting videos of just exactly that. Some Gen Z or Alpha.
Gen Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, put a good beat to it.
Yeah.
All right, so, Eric, Biden probably farted or shat like in France for D-Day celebration.
There is a video. There was video of him doing that, but they took
Oh,
it off.
when he kind of like
Both of those things.
he kind of like bit down, like
What was it? Well,
If he's not shitting himself about losing all this power he's about to lose, he should be, right?
So Mastermind thinks that Trump's team told him to let Joe destroy himself and take the higher road. I'm just amazed he actually listened. Yes, Sebastian, we're screwed regardless who's in charge. Earth is over. You might as well send nudes.
Yeah, I have a hard time with this black pill. It's one of those. Is it an undeniable truth, or what are we accomplishing by telling ourselves that we're not screwed?
Well, he's going to talk about that a little bit, and at least when he talks about it, we can laugh because when you and I talk about it, I think it's going to come across as funny.
Sounds good.
Yes, Todd Smith, put that up. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. I mean, what else are you going to do at this point? Let me go ahead
When the
and.
lemmings go over the cliff, just pretend it's like a roller coaster, and that'll make it easier. Okay?
Hmm.
When you're a kid, when you're a little kid.
Sorry, I was supposed to pass that joke up. So let me do that real quick.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah, it's another joke he has to set up. It takes a while.
And then the bully dad goes,
oops, right here. There we go.
Listen, if you're a woman, then you really should know some sort of self-defense.
I hate when that happens because I don't want to pay for I don't want to pay.
Pardon us for the ads.
Watching the final season of America. Starring Sleepy Joe at the wheel. They'll nuke Palestine long before they would nuke Ukraine. Ukraine is where all Monsanto's farmland is. Oh wait, did I miss something in the?
I just think that maybe if they try to do that, it's like shooting their foot off, like nuking themselves. Which direction does the wind blow? You know, so that would be as much as they want to.
I mean, is it though? Because I mean, Russia blew up their own pipeline, so why would we do something stupid like that?
Yeah.
Sarcasm. All right, let me go ahead.
They lie about everything. Imagine they would be willing to go so far as to actually nuke the Palestinians and then say that the Palestinians nuked themselves. I would actually not put that past them
at all. and then they would be like, "What? You don't believe us? We said it, so it must be true."
Mm-hmm.
Don't go think it for yourself. All right, let's keep going.
it felt crazy because we knew.
Oh, we gotta call it back.
And we didn't know this exact thing would happen, but we knew we didn't.
No, this is after the joke.
So it's just we hadn't brought the video back on screen, but you got it. So.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Todd Smith. Okay, so here we go.
It felt crazy because we knew. And we didn't know this exact thing would happen, but we knew we didn't feel good, and we knew we didn't feel good for months. You know what I mean? Before there was ever a debate. When we just knew it was going to be an election, we didn't feel good. That should tell everyone something. Not feeling good about an election that isn't even going to happen for another year, because we knew who the contenders were early on, right? Some people tried to run the Republican Party and they got washed, right? But we knew it was going to be Trump, and we knew it was going to be Biden for a very long time, and we didn't feel good since last year. And no one took that to heart, Republican or Democrat. People did not feel good, right?
Yeah,
you ever get cold feet
long setup
a year before the wedding? Because if so, maybe you shouldn't do it, you know? Maybe they're not the one. We're not crazy. They're crazy. You understand that, right? Like, it's not us. It's not us at all. Because, you know, we have eyes and ears and we use them or whatever. And
we're not crazy.
Yeah, vote blue no matter who, whatever. When you tell people that they need to vote because, you know, lesser evilism, whatever, you guys are the crazy ones. We're not crazy for saying fuck off,
Hi, Mouse and Lawrence.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
That's kind of funny, Tosh Schmidt. She says, "It is not us. It is not us. It is not us."
That's a you problem. Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. During Biden's first presidency, with all those gaffes, like they tried to play that off like it was nothing. Oh, he's just, Biden. He just likes to do He likes to make gaffes. He's just kind of known for it. It's just silly. It's silly. Don't look over here, squirrel. And then it just got worse and worse. And they kept trying to gaslight us. Like, there's nothing wrong with this man. He's doing
Everyone's got a
great
dirty
job.
grandpa, right? Like, come on.
Come on. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna keep pushing, and then we can go to Joe Scarborough because that is hilarious.
And that's the other thing that really stuck out to me is that, no one really talks about Trump's performance because of Biden's, but Trump didn't do that well. There was a lot of like open lying to the point where where do you do in that situation? Like everyone was kind of trashing the moderators for not doing some live fact checking in the moment. Sure, but what do you do when somebody lies that much and how they lied? Right? Because this is the thing. We found out last night that the tactics work. Trump lies fast. He talks so fast that when you hear the lie, you're like, but he didn't stutter, so it sounded kind of true. Like, I know it's not right because I was there. Because that's the other thing. He'll be lying about stuff that we were here. Like, we all remember him being president. We were here. So don't tell me it was different. I was then.
I learned a long time ago that if somebody's a fast talker, they do that so you don't have time to process what they're saying to you, and it gives off con man vibes.
Well,
And they're usually a con person.
If it's on purpose, I tend to maybe pathologize and medicalize it if it's like a unhealthy thing. But sometimes I tend to speak faster than, like, if I'm really worked up about something, I'm really knowledgeable about something, I'm passionate, then I tend to like not slow down enough for you to keep up. But that's not meant to humiliate anyone or anything or confuse anyone.
So, okay, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, he does talk really fast.
But there are people who definitely have learned and intentionally trained themselves to trick people, and those people are fucking shit heroes, right?
Shit heroes, yes. Because normally you talk like this, and I have heard you get excited about stuff and your pace picks up. But that's kind of like a natural thing for a human being to do when they're excited about something. Your voice might get louder, or you might speed up your voice, right? I'm talking about people who do it constantly. They start off at 70 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like, chill out, bro. Can you put that back up so I can read it for you? Jacqueline says, I always thought that people spoke fast because they were scared of being interrupted.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too.
Well, if you're interrupted, then you can actually ask questions and follow-up questions. But if the person's just going on and on and on, you can't remember what you were wanting to say.
Yeah.
Because now you're on to the next thing.
You don't want to let someone else in because then what they say will make you forget what you wanted to say. So you can't let them talk. So.
Right. So yeah, Mouse, we are a rare breed of freaks and degenerates. But in a good way.
He was saying he just finished watching. I'm not control. I forget that. Shmosh is controlling the chat, whatever. But Mouse said you just finished watching the Rogan Door interview, and trimming since 7 a.m. I wonder if you're talking about clipping the interview or not, but then maybe he actually is talking about what they're talking about. I don't really know. I'm getting to know you guys. I don't know everything about you, so sorry.
I got confused. I didn't know what.
I thought that maybe he was making a joke about making clips out of the interview. He's been trimming since 7 a.m. or whatever. But
Oh,
then
I see. I see.
I might have misread that, and then he's talking about trimming indoor grow up, kind of fun, wacky. But we are on live YouTube. We're not talking about people doing anything illegal because we're not. Nobody's doing that, right? So anyway, moving on.
Don't tease me with a good time. Biden lied just as much. Yes, he did. All right, so let me keep going here.
And Biden, I'm assuming, is trying to tell the truth. He's saying something. But we found that, like, you know, a fast lie beats an unintelligible truth.
Okay, so this is the one part that I was like, wait, is he a liberal?
Well, I think he's trying to give him a benefit of the doubt there, you know?
I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, this is where I think he might be a Democratic voter at heart there.
You're not going to get psychological depth
You check his track record.
in the Hebrew Bible the way in which you get it here in the David story.
Isn't it funny?
The David story confronts us with those huge questions.
Yeah, I was concerned.
Because what do we do now?
I was concerned about, like, okay, I'm gonna play like the rest of it, but I was apprehensive because after that came out of his mouth, I'm like, wait, so is he vote blue no matter who, or what's
I think
going
he might
on
be
here?
the lesser evil. I don't want to see Trump win, so I'll support Biden. But then he might be one of these people who is unfortunately just can't make it to the finish line with this guy. So
Eric says his punchline for the joke was vote harder for Biden. Oh my gosh. Yes, we are tired of the lesser two evils, Todd Smith, and that's something that Bree was like hitting home with Kim Iverson. Like, okay, so now you want to vote for the lesser of the three evils? Is that what you're saying? Like,
I think it's come full circle where the argument used to be mainly you got to vote for Biden because he's a lesser evil to Trump. But now because Biden has become so like debilitated that people are having this same logic of you've got to make the better of two choices. You can frame it that way with taking the word evil out of it completely. So you got to make the clearer, more pragmatic decision. You got to go for Trump instead of this obvious fool. So same thing to me.
I wouldn't even know how to wait. Vote blue no matter vestistical.
I don't know what you're trying to say exactly.
I know. I was like, wait, testicle?
America gave a testicle?
Testicles? Evangelical? Is that like America evangelical?
Oh no, that's a play on. That's a good play. Like vote blue no matter evangelicals, but they're like America gives a testicle kind of evangelical. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not sure. Oh, he's trying to imitate Joe Biden.
I see.
Hi, Snork.
And that's what people do, right? He says something completely nonsensical, and then people look at it and go, "How do we make sense of this?" And then they come up with something that makes more sense than what Biden was even saying. And then so Biden goes, "Yeah, that's what I was saying."
and yeah, Jacqueline, they would have had a great time with the closed caption on that one. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going.
Hello, Snork.
Because what do we do now? What's the plan? You know what I mean? What's the plan? Are we just gonna move on like nothing happened? Or are we gonna just hope for the best? What's really the plan? Because we're acting as if there aren't other people that can run. And we're acting that way because of the circular thinking. Because look, legacy media, sometimes I trash them. People in the DNC, sometimes I trash them. But the thing that they weren't wrong about is the reasoning that lets you land where you were before. It's not lazy. It's not out of not caring. It's out of not having a belief and knowing your options. That's what happens. And it happened to both parties, by the way, right? It happened in both scenarios where there were people in the national conventions of these parties not really sure where to go from here. And so you go with what worked last time, even if it's not going to work this time, you know? And I think it's tough. It's tough when you have something like that, right? Something where unequivocally we can all look at it and be like, yes, the man is old and maybe it wasn't his night, but this looks very bad and it does not inspire confidence in us. It doesn't inspire confidence in the people that we want to vote for this man. If nothing else, so the other man can't win, or because we really believe in the policies and the actions of this man, right? It doesn't help. And then you have people who are those could-be contenders, right? Because there's
Okay, so he is kind of like a liberal, sounds like it.
Yeah, because he's looking what everyone's been asking this whole time, whatever. If not Biden, then who? Because we really need to get around to making that decision so I can hurry up and vote for that person. It's like kind of what's going on.
What's her name? What is her name? The one who wears the like the Nene Leakes hair, Todd Smith, the Joy Reid. What she cut? I didn't say cut her hair. She took the wig off. She looks so much better. Not to talk about her looks, but I just wasn't going for
Some
those
people
wigs.
need to do something different with their hair.
I thought they looked awful on her, but she said she would vote for Biden in a coma before she would vote for Trump. And she was like, just tell me, y'all need to get it together, DNC. Just tell me who to vote for. And I was like, huh? Just tell me who to vote for. Ugh.
Yeah.
Girl, aren't you an adult?
Sometimes it's kind of like you say things like in total confidence, not realizing you just made a complete idiot of yourself.
Yeah, like who says that? Ew. Oh, I'm in the wrong.
But what he was saying reminded me. I kind of would be nice if I had called it up, but imagine being Kamala Harris. It was like a tweet that I saw. Wouldn't it suck being Kamala Harris right now? Like where the only person who they wanted even less than Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, because they could have been swapping her out this whole time for him. But the one thing they don't want to do is resort to the incompetent, ridiculous Kamala. Instead, they would rather put this slobbering idiot, But I didn't really paraphrase it very well. But, yeah.
And instead, they'd rather let Trump win.
Yeah. But I don't know if Kamala's humiliated. She doesn't seem to have any shame. So,
can you put that back up? So, Jill did respond to the debate. I watched that. She didn't do like question and answer type of thing, unless I missed it. It was just a kind of a almost like a State of the Union rebuttal type of thing. Claudia De La Cruz, I haven't seen anything from her lately.
no,
So
she's
I'm not
kind
really
of
sure.
been dropped into a black hole a little bit.
And Jacqueline did she she did a TikTok where she played the debate and she paused every question and answer it first and then let them answer. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but
I actually called that up in case you wanted to. I found on her YouTube channel, she's got, I think she put her TikTok on there. So I'm just going to drop that.
Oh, she put her TikTok on there. Okay.
I'm just going to be link in the chat. And then if you guys want to watch it, you go ahead.
Or you could wait and we could all watch it together.
Yeah, if we got time. I thought we were wanting to get to.
Oh, not today.
Teaser
Not
for
today.
next week. Maybe we're thinking about doing an interview with someone, a fellow Canadian who's been living in Rwanda. We're going to maybe talk to him about the Congo. So we'll see if we get that going. And then who knows about what we can still get back to circling back around to, because things keep happening. I don't want to leave things on the cutting room floor, but it happens, right? So.
And then also, we have time because it's just July. So we have time to circle back around to it.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, so let me finish. Let's listen to what this Democrat has to say. What this liberal has to say.
Well, hopefully something has happened where all you have to do is just not vote this year. Try that. Okay, there's my advice to you. Josh, from one Johnson to another.
Oh, Josh, that's not what Josh is about to say.
Conspiracy theory that I'd like to believe. And I'll share it with you, but I have no evidence for what I'm saying. There's a conspiracy that they wanted this debate. People in the DNC want this debate to be before the convention so that if he didn't perform well, there'd be time to rally behind someone else and replace him. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it looks like a setup. It looked like a setup if I ever seen one. Because the idea that he was at Camp David prepping for this debate for a week and that they actually made him prep because he was hoarse. Why is this man hoarse? It's because they had him really talking like he was going to be out there dunking on Trump instead of just giving him a week-long nap. Let that man rest. Y'all worked him so hard he showed up with a cold. Set him up to fail, right? Because who else?
It's really funny that he's kind of saying the same stuff that we're saying, but it's like you're so close. You're so close, but then you say crazy shit like what he's about to say now.
Well, yeah.
Could it be, Some people say Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's a tough one, though, because then right after the debate, Gavin Newsom goes up there and does a full-on Ron DeSantis. Because remember when Ron DeSantis was running against Trump, he just didn't want to say Trump's name yet. He was like, I'm not running yet or whatever. And then it finally got time for them to run and he announced. And then he had a little bit of momentum, but then he had to go toe-to-toe with Trump and he didn't know how to do it. So he got aired out in front of everybody, right? I think Gavin Newsom had similar ideas. He was like, look, I'm going to support the president this time. I'm going to be in everybody's good graces. I'll run in 2028, right? But if there's ever a time, it's now. And it doesn't help when he goes on TV right after the debate and tries to negate everything that we just saw. Because it makes me trust him less. You know what I mean? When they're asking him, how do you feel about his performance? I mean, he's like, oh, come on, everyone has an off night.
First of all, who would trust Gavin Newsom? Like,
someone who doesn't know anything about him.
That's happened to everybody. I've been alive for a while. That has not happened to me. Or you get Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen.
Okay, so Gretchen, like some Democrats are coming out saying, yes, it's time, he needs to step down. And Gretchen went on CNN and was like, I know he's she didn't use the word agile, but like he's every time I'm around him, he's I don't know what was she saying? I can't remember.
Right, right.
Some stupid shit. Yeah, like he can
He's like
do
a
the
spring
job.
chicken.
Yeah, he can do the job, and it's just one debate. Everybody has a bad debate every now and again. You need to look at his record and what he's done for the American people for the last 3.5 years. And I'm just like,
It might be
girl.
easier to find someone to run instead of him if all the other people weren't trying so hard to simp for him for some unknown reason, you know. But then you got people like Gretchen Whitmer as an example. If she was ever pushed as someone that they should run, I think we're trying to think who would be the best candidate, who would be the most logical choice. But that's not really what like if you look at the data or whatever, people don't even vote for logical reasons. They vote for illogical reasons. So they literally having a name like Gretchen Whitmer is going to be something that would prevent her from winning because she wouldn't have a cool enough name, because Americans vote for whatever their favorite name and face and not what matters, right?
Diaper Joe is unburdening himself. Oh my gosh. All right. He's almost done. He's going to talk about Gretchen, and then we can move on.
That has not happened to me. You know? Or you get Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen. You know what I like about Gretchen Whitmer? Gretchen Whitmer would be good because Gretchen Whitmer, they already tried to kidnap her. So they already tried to kidnap her. So that already right there is like that's a die of January 6th right there. So she has some experience, like when they come, you know what I mean?
So that was that. I just thought, we could have a little jokey joke today. Have the Dems ever been in this much of a mess? It's like watching a comedy farce. It's like watching. It is. It's like this has to be reality TV. Like this can't be real life.
Yeah, you can still call me up here. Like I'm just having my smoke here, so I can still be hanging out here, whatever. I don't know if you'd rather be on full screen. Go ahead.
I'm about to show some more videos. If that's all right with you guys.
Oh, hey, Sean, I didn't get to say hello. What's up? Lawrence Johnson, what's up?
If you guys haven't seen this, it is hilarious.
Start your tape.
Oh, let me just maybe I should set it up first. So this is prior to the debate, maybe a few weeks ago. Okay.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you start your...
If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. Okay, Joe, like, we trust you.
I could listen to this clip like every day for the rest of the year, and it would be priceless.
Yes. As far as his intelligence, his agility, this is the best Biden I've ever seen. Bro. Okay. So let's just see.
Ironically, that's a comment that is both aging like milk and wine at the same time.
Well, wine is good when it ages. Let's look at. Hold on. Let's just see if this is the best Biden. Oh, What's this called? Oh, general. Trying to find where my video is. Bear with me, everyone. There we go. So someone there, I'll attribute it to them when I'm done, because I made it big. But they put together a side by side of Biden from 2019 to 2024.
Yeah, someone's really gonna have to explain to me how his face is so different, like a doctor or whatever. Because I don't have like the explanation that it's a mask or whatever seems more logical. People's face changes this much when they get older. Have you seen other people change that? I guess we have to start looking at all kinds of old people now. Compare them 5 years later and see how much their faces change and how normal is that.
It looks like even the shape of his head is different.
Mm-hmm.
So
The shape
it's
of
a
his
little
chin, maybe, but like
it's a little confusing. But okay, so let me play it.
I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose.
making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with.
Look, if you will determine the outcome of this election, vote, vote, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person, vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
I mean, what?
Yeah, completely giving Trump no need to actually have to answer anything with any challenge whatsoever, because he gets the complete out of just saying, I don't know what he said. Does anyone know what he said? No. Moving on.
No, we don't. No. Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to who's General Strike. Is their name? At Terrence_STR. I'm not sure if they put that video together themselves, so I just wanted to give credit where credit was due. Snorky says, in 2020, I already thought that his dementia was too advanced, and the Dem Party told me that I was crazy. Yeah, that's when they were like blowing it off as he's just a gaffer. So
but you also remember there was that document that came out that said that Joe Biden's got so far advanced whatever mental problems that he can have plausible deniability as far as criminal intent. Seems like part of the reason why they need him.
That's a really good point. And Jacqueline kind of makes this point too. She says, considering how much damage Biden caused when he was in his prime, like the crime bill, we can go down the list. This probably is the best version of Biden, too senile to cause much damage. Or I would say it's even worse because he's too senile to know how much damage he's causing.
Right. Well, that brings up a question of some people have the idea that stupid people cause more damage or are more evil than smart people. And I feel like that's kind of disproven, because I think intelligent people have more capacity to do more damage, basically.
So now let's see what old Joe Scarborough has to say about Biden after the, let's do it before and after of him. Here we go.
But I undersold him when I said he's cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. This is a battle for the future of American democracy. And now is a good time. In June, thank God, in June, and not October, in June, this is the last chance for Democrats to decide whether this man we've known and loved for a very long time is up to the task. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent.
So you see the suit he has on, that's the same broadcast as the first one that so he was just saying back-to-back things trying to convince people that Joe Biden was the one, right? Lawrence says there has to be someone else making all the decisions. It ain't coming from Joe. No. No, it ain't.
Well, who's the Wizard of Oz, right?
And yeah, like this elder abuse, Eric says they did the same thing with brain dead Diana Feinstein. That was really sad to watch, the way they wheeled her out in that wheelchair, and it's like her eye halfway falling out her head or something. It was just, I couldn't believe it. And then it's time to vote, and she's just looking around, and they're telling her how to vote. Just vote no. Just say no. Just say no.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a doctor who's supposed to step in there and do something, but it seems to me like doctors and lawyers always feel like they're taking orders and not giving them. So
Sean says his farts have more integrity than these people.
I'm sure they do.
But what I really thought was interesting was, even with all that being said, Nancy Pelosi had the nerve to get her butt on national TV and say this. I'm about to show it to you, but I just wanted to make sure I was up on the chats. So Jacqueline says it's like a puppet. Ooh, what happened? It's like a puppeteer who is controlling a puppet, which itself is controlling a puppet through the puppeteer. It's like
so puppets all the way down.
Right, like when we share our StreamYard and the screen just keeps duplicating itself.
Yeah.
All the way down the rabbit hole. So Mouse says my friend has some terrible joke about Joe Biden and a cat that ends with Joe Biden. Get it? Yes, we get it. Then on day 3 of a fever, I saw Dr. Nick's cat with a skull and chuckled. Joe Baitin. He is baiting us into World War III. Lawrence says Diane had turned into the Crypt Keeper. They threw a wig on her and pretended she was in control. Yeah, it was crazy. It's really elder abuse and like.
Well, my grandpa had died from Alzheimer's, so the last thing that I would have ever wanted for him is to have these before and after videos going viral around the world.
But I say it couldn't have happened to nicer people, so I really don't care, to be honest. But here is Nancy Pelosi talking to Dana Bash.
What do you say to that? Is there any part of you that believes that President Biden should step aside?
I want you to know I came home to California, South and North, and people are for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They have some judgment about a person who stood on that stage and lied. If you're just talking about the debate, I'm respectful of some of the opinions that people have, but I also am respectful of the grassroots. My people are very much Biden, Kamala Harris. And this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show he has the stamina and the rest. And by the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts do not go together. Not only that he just lies, he doesn't even know the truth. So if we're just talking about,
what you think of that?
I think that Nancy Pelosi is struggling to speak clearly herself there. I wonder how difficult it was for her to sober up enough to have that interview, whatever.
Hi, Desert Mantis. Yeah, I was like, wow. So now they're saying Trump has dementia. So it's all about projection from both sides. It's just,
I guess this is one of those things where if we could trust in our doctors and our mental health diagnostic manuals and stuff, then it wouldn't really be up to the public to decide so much. But I don't know. At the same time, the public of opinion very much matters when it comes to the state of the president or whatever.
yeah. So we came up with the title because the title of the stream down there, because of that blockbuster movie with Will Smith, because that movie was just as ridiculous. You know, the aliens came down to take over the world, and of course America figured out the way to defeat the aliens and saved everybody, whatever. So this time, the aliens on this Independence Day, the aliens, they're coming in regular suits. And when I say suits, I'm talking about body suits. Maybe that's what's wrong with Joe Biden's eyes. His suit is melting. Oh, I loved Mars Attacks. Wow, 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 wow. You ever saw that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You got to see that one.
Maybe that'll be something I do tonight.
But I also wanted to name it that because I thought it was so hilarious how Trump's doctor, you remember when Trump, they wrote the letter saying he was like the healthiest man alive or something. Like it sounded like something Trump would say, right? Not something a real doctor would say. And let's see what Mouse says. I missed it. So I wanted you guys to see the scientists. See if I can make that bigger. Okay, so the one on the right is the scientist from Independence Day. The one on the left is Trump's doctor. I was like, is that the same person?
Yeah, you were trying to send me this photo, but I couldn't get it to work on my crappy phone. But now I'm glad that you called it up because this is amazing.
How they look so similar, and they're both obviously not wrapped too tight. So that's that. I missed some of the comments, but is there anything you wanted to share? Let's wrap it up.
The only thing left was a little bit of a change in topic, sort of, but because the UK elections are going on today, so happened to. So I had come across, I was looking through Twitter looking for some videos for tonight, and I just happened to come across this one, and I thought what the guy was saying was real, like it's not so much funny as it is just like a good commentary from a black voter in the UK, basically. And what they're going through over there is very much similar to what we're going over on this side of the pond kind of thing. So if you wanted to close out with that, I think it's like a 7.
Okay, we can close out with that, but before you play it, I was hoping you'd speak on the Trudeau, like how we kind of talked about, you know, Josh Johnson, how it's like Biden did so bad that we can't even address how bad Trump's performance was, type of thing, and how that is kind of reflective of what's going on in Canada.
That's no accident at all. They're definitely they're making Biden stay in like as late as possible on purpose. And my theory here is it's to preserve the image, the public profile of the next leader that they are maybe already pre-selected. But they intend to have Biden be the fall guy. They're intending to throw the election to the conservatives, to the Republicans. And so they can't really let you know who their next pick is going to be until it's too late, that most voters are well decided to vote, to be reactionary and vote against their interests for the conservatives or Republicans. Because Trudeau is happening, to me, it seems very much it's ironic because he's not nearly as demented as Joe Biden, but he's still polling just as miserably, kind of thing. He's not doing anything to improve his decisions to demonstrate to the voters, like, I hear you, I'm responding, I'm going to do this because I hear you. So, but he's refusing to, like, he's losing by-elections and stuff. So all the writing's on the wall that he's not going to win, but he refuses to drop out of the race. So it seems very much so that this is a tactic, right?
Interesting. Okay, so
And I wonder
thank you for mentioning that.
if there's a similar pattern there with Keir Starmer, Rishi Sunak. I think it might be a little different over there. Jacqueline maybe would be able to speak on that, being our only UK viewer there. So.
Yeah, and I think she's about to head out, so I'm not sure.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Have a good night.
Good night, Jacqueline. People, the video should be. How long is the video?
Like 7 minutes. Yeah, we're about getting out of here too. So I just call it up now here, unless you got anything else.
Eric says, I heard Trump prepare for the debate by arguing with dementia patients at the nearby nursing home. Okay, so I just wanted to say to Snorky, thank you for your service. I come from a long line of educators, and so we really appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't know what NSFW is either, but yeah, hopefully I'll probably learn that shortly. Look it up right now if I want.
Can you make that big for us?
Yeah, whenever we're ready here.
Oh,
We got
okay.
any other announcements just before we say our goodbyes here?
No, thank you everyone for sticking around with us on this holiday. We didn't really think anybody was going to come, so we were going to cancel the show.
Yeah.
And then at the last minute, we were just like, we should do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we did. Yeah, we've still got a kind of our regular turnout, so appreciate you guys. We'll try and keep making the content that keeps bringing you guys back. So.
Oh, that's cool, Snorky. Very, very important topics that you teach. Electronics, robots, building computers, satellites, aircraft, spacecraft. I was telling people I used to be at MCSE, so I kind of feel you.
Yeah, I could stand to learn some more of this. I appreciate people who teach that stuff. Wouldn't be able to learn it without you guys.
All right, so let's go ahead and play the video, and we'll see you guys next Thursday. But also come check out Mastermind and I on Monday.
Yeah, I think he's got another podcast in the works. He might be piloting shortly, so stay tuned. Subscribe to his channel there. Follow
I didn't put
all
it
your
in
other
the banner,
independent media.
but it's at Mastermind Hour. Pretty simple.
Yeah, INN's doing good work. Trailer Park Pundit. You know, Richard Medhurst, Danny Haifong, all those people. Please stay tuned to a lot of what's been going on in Ukraine. There's a lot of big changes happening. So I know we didn't talk about big stuff, but don't take your eyes away right at the moment where everything's starting to happen. So anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
And stay safe.
Buffer. Well, I hope it plays. I might have to refresh this. What's going on?
Voting for. No, I won't be voting for Labour. Definitely not Conservatives. And I know people feel like we ain't got alternatives, but can I be honest, Britain? We gotta do something about these politicians. See, you lot, the workers, you played your part, but you can't get nothing out of these two major parties. Instead of committing to spending money on you, they're acting like you're about to lose the UK to darkies. Because they're all mini Margaret Thatchers, using public services for target practice. Remember, they're used to seeing human beings as nothing more than market actors. And why do you think politics is so hard to access? Gatekeeping by these little classist fascists is one of the largest factors. Plus, they got a whole arsenal of harsher tactics. They're working hard to keep the working class distracted and the middle class in a disadvantaged bracket with the harshest taxes. Meanwhile, the state's executive, legislative, and judicial branch is captured. Britain, American foreign policy is your basic covenant, and you ain't changing none of it with a Labour government. There's already 12,000 US troops across the country. Ain't that like a stranger coming in? Britain, you don't feel the danger coming in when you see Joe Biden deteriorating. Whoever's running America, clearly it ain't him. We're just gonna laugh like it's funny. Britain, why is Zelensky still asking for money after Boris Johnson stopped the peace talks? I really want you not to sleepwalk, because these wars have got you lost in deep waters. The problem is your ruling class. They always got money for a new disaster. Can't support free school meals, but they can support bombing every hospital and school in Gaza. They drive displacement in Congo using the same country where they want to send asylum seekers. And then they tell you that being kind to people fleeing violent leaders is a sign of weakness. Britain, if you're worried about foreigners taking over the country, do something about the US of A. Or are the only foreigners classed as human beings in pursuit of freedom Europeans? Let's debate. America's an aggressive, regressive state, and we just got to follow its lead. Why don't we get a say? Why ain't this up for debate in elections? Who benefits from evading them questions? Britain, a government should be sovereign. There's no one above it. So why ain't the people in control of the budget? Why are we facing yet another election where none of it's questioned, in a country full of people struggling, stressing, overcome with depression, hungry and desperate? Both leaders are trying to give us the impression that the problems of the world and the country are separate. Britain, man, we need to come up with a different plan. Right now, it's looking like a Labour landslide. Starmer's going to come in and tell us there's no money. He's probably going to treat us how he treats his former pal, Jeremy Corbyn now, like a nobody. These men are so funny. Why go on for Keir Starmer? He's got a background, a beer drama. When he was heading CPS, he persecuted Julian Assange, and he cleared MI5 of a charge after meeting with the boss. Is it safe to conclude that he's a plant? Starmer's not the people. Anyone can see. In CPS, he was living very comfortably. I'm talking $2,000 a week of taxpayers' money on a chauffeur just to go work 4 miles from his home turf. And that's the man who's supposed to manage the country's debts responsibly. He switched up his image and then he won a seat after telling everybody he backed Corbyn. 5 years later, he's leading Labour, backstabbing Jeremy, trying to deplatform him. See, Keir says anything when he needs a favour. He's from a world that rewards Weasley behaviour. Under Starmer's leadership, the party became the opposite of what Corbyn had in mind. Since he took control, it's been walking back in time, but let the media tell it. He brought it back in line. Is that what you call spying on Muslim party members? Suspending the longest-serving black MP for pointing out the hierarchy of racism and kicking out Jews who supported Palestine? I agree that the Tories have to go, but supporting war crimes, surely that's a no. It's probably why Starmer's facing a challenge in his own constituency. He's undermined his own legitimacy. Bro, it's sickening to see. I don't know how you lot are going to vote, it's bigger than me. But if Labour have secured a significant lead and you want the Tories out, the best time to vote for a third-party candidate is surely now. We ain't beholden to these gangsters. Starmer's facing a challenge in Holborn and St Pancras. Andrew Feinstein served in Mandela's government. If he takes the seat, Keir Starmer and his team face defeat. That way we can reshape the Labour leadership, even if the vote results in a Labour lead. Corbyn's running as an independent. Islington North, you know what to do. The accusations against him have been debunked and he hasn't gone against the country's interests once. In Parliament as an independent voice, he could represent a legitimate sense of choice. We're talking real people with real support, like Leanne Mohammed up in Ilford North or Jodie McIntyre in Birmingham Yardley. This is what happens when leaders turn on a party. You can see it in the case of Faiza Shaheen. She might be more effective outside the machine because for so many Labour voters, Gaza and racism changed the focus. Stratford and Bow, you're in a difficult position. You got two candidates splitting the decision, Halima Khan and Fiona Lally. Halima was the one who exposed the party for breaking the law, spying on its members, and prioritizing Zionist agendas. Britain, I hope a lot of you vote for Greens. Their policies reflect a lot of your hopes and dreams. The major parties act like it's naive to dream, but if you ain't trying to win, why lead the team? And for those who plan to vote reform, Nigel Farage is a man who won't perform. You saw him for decades. He campaigned for Brexit, and when it came to doing the work, he made an exit. He didn't have a plan then, doesn't have a plan now. People take him seriously. I don't understand how, but this is what I'm saying, if I'm honest, Britain. You need to do something about these politicians. The country's already been taken over by foreigners, just not the foreigners you were told to hate. It's the type of foreigners that despise the commoners and like capitalizing on divisive politics. And they do want to control the state. Why do you think this whole election cycle, foreign policy is something that they won't debate? Change is within reach. How much longer will you be told to wait?